Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Tlangi. So today we are talking about how to constantly monitor your skincare routine to make sure that you're still giving your face the best nourishment and best care possible. So what prompted today's video was trying to understand how can I best care for my skin when it's that time of the month. And as ladies, we know it's never only during that time of the month. When you're ovulating, it's a problem. When it's the actual time, it's a problem because other people's skin just get too dry, others get too oily, and we start breaking out, and as a result we start having hyperpigmentation. And of course we'll have those ones that just don't get anything. The Lord's favorites, we know you never suffer from any of these things. But anyway, our skin will need different care next week than it did this week. I hope that makes sense. So let's start with understanding your skincare routine. What do you have? Why do you have it? And what is the plan for it? So what changed my skincare routine the most was understanding that, number one, there's certain ingredients that work best for skin of color, and there are those that just work best for everybody, and there are those ones that are very triggering and can cause sensitivity for skin of color. It's glycolic acid, high percentages of retinol, vitamin C, and the likes. So that is always your starting point in any skincare routine, even if you feel like you need to change your skincare routine. Number two, you need to be understanding your skin type. Is it oily? Is it sensitive? Is it combination like mine? Is it dry? Is it only dry at certain areas? It's only oily at certain areas. And the reason why this is critical is sometimes there is just those two ingredients that will treat your skin perfectly because your skin is a particular skin type. An example is niacinamide. Niacinamide is a great ingredient. It's a multi-purpose ingredient. I'll list some of the things that it does here. But the people that are going to see a great change or a great improvement are the people that suffer with dry, flaky skin because they need the skin barrier to be repaired, or people that just have a combination skin, an oily T-zone or oily skin, because they need assistance with the appearance of oil or shine on their face. So this is what I mean by getting an ingredient that is trying to solve something in a particular skincare routine. Another reason why this is example is when you start seeing changes in your skin. Let's say this week it was the girl that you thought it was the it girl. It was flourishing, it was smooth, it was radiating. Then the following week it starts doing some type of things. There are two possible solutions for you. Number one, you know that there could be something either where you are, it's the water you used that week, it's the environment, or it was warm, now it's a bit cold. So you'll understand that no, it's this environmental change that is making my skin go through what it's going through, and I do not necessarily need to buy new products. Ding ding. The next solution would be, okay, it was warmer last week and my moisturizer was lightweight, because when it's hot you need lightweight oil-free ingredients to make sure that we're not helping the excess production of oil and sweating and clogging our pores. So if all of a sudden it starts raining and it's now cold, you'll now know that, okay, it's a bit colder now, that means my skin needs more protection. So to give it more protection, I'm going to switch my lightweight moisturizer and go with a thicker moisturizer. If you don't have a thicker moisturizer, just go in with a light facial oil and you've solved the problem. So you see how easy it is when you are intentional with your skincare. Yep. An important thing for me that I'll always preach in all my videos and my skincare videos is keep it minimalistic. Keep it minimalistic, because if it's minimalistic, you know what works, you know what doesn't work, you know what could be the problem, and get rid of it. So that was a typical example of weather changes. Now navigating back to our cycles, I'll use myself as an example as someone with combination skin. So oily T-zone, dry cheeks, right? When I start breaking out, I know that, okay, now my skin is more sensitive. And because it's more sensitive, I do not need ingredients that are known to make your skin sensitive. So your retinols, your vitamin C, and even if I use them, I need to practice more care. One way of doing it is to apply retinol on dry skin, not on damp skin, on dried skin, to decrease its sensitivity. Another way would be using the sandwiching method. So the sandwiching method is when you use two moisturizers. Put a moisturizer first, go in with the serum, and then go back with the other moisturizer. It could be a lightweight moisturizer first, serum, thick moisturizer, or it can just be one moisturizer. But one important thing to note is if it's a lighter and a thicker one, the thicker one always comes last. If you don't have a thicker one, just go in and seal it in with a lightweight facial oil. So now I will need to figure out, since I cannot use my retinol, since I cannot use my vitamin C, what will I now need as options? I can either use azelaic acid, because that one is mostly for people with sensitive skin, as well as niacinamide, because niacinamide also has calming effects to your skin, apart from the other amazing things that it already does. I'll need to make sure that my skin is always properly hydrated. Most of you guys know that when our skin feels like it doesn't have enough moisturization, it just releases more and more oil because it thinks we need to compensate for the oil that we're not getting. So that means always properly hydrate your skin. And the key here might be, even if you have dry skin, look for a cream that is of a thinner consistency. I use the simple one. If you don't know what it is, I did a video on it and I'll link it up here. You can check it out. There's the light moisturizer and the rich moisturizer, and the rich moisturizer, it still has a consistency that doesn't clog your pores. It's thinner and easily gets absorbed by your skin. So those that suffer with severe breaking out when our hormones are just all over the place, number one, you do not need to be using physical exfoliators because that will make the situation worse. Your best bet, if you have oily skin, is stick to your salicylic acid. You know, you've been using it, stick to it, and making sure that you increase your hydration. Everyone else, you can be using your mandelic acid, your lactic acid, and still making sure that you have maximized your moisturization as well as hydration. So it's critical to always assess our skin on a weekly basis. I mean, I don't want to say daily basis because that would be extreme, but on a weekly basis. See what's going on now. Are we suffering from dry patches? Are we suffering from oiliness somewhere? Is it your sunscreen that is giving you this extra oil? And make the necessary changes from there on. So let's quickly recap the critical things with skincare. Understanding that there's certain products that might not work for skin of color and might work best for Caucasian skin. Number two, all the products that you have in your skincare routine, are you sure that they are for your skin type? Is it combination? Is it oily? Is it sensitive? Is it dry? Sensitive combination. You know what I'm talking about. Number three, are you fulfilling your weekly skincare regimen? And that is, did you exfoliate with a chemical exfoliator? Mandelic acid, kojic acid, lactic acid, Are you using your retinol properly twice a week? Are you using your vitamin C or anything equivalent that is an antioxidant in your skincare routine? And are you getting enough hydration externally and internally? That's all for today's video. We're still going to talk about a lot of these things more in the upcoming videos. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know and ask in the comment section down below. I'll be so happy to help and assist. Do take care and keep well, and as always, remember to be kind. Bye bye.